Hi guys, Allan Manganello here from Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Louisville. I put together a video for you composed of several different exercises I learned from Rickson Gracie over the years that teach you how to do a lot of solo movements and solo drills that you can use as either a warm-up or even a workout, depending on how many reps you want to do of each exercise and how intense you want to make the actual workout. I spent many hours over the years with Rickson doing private classes at his house, went to his group classes, of course, out there at his academy, and then not to mention all the seminars that I've been to around the whole world with him. And he was a big believer in these. He used these all the time at the beginning of his classes and seminars and whatnot. And he teaches you how to go through the basic mechanics of each exercise, which is actually a technique at some point or other. It's a piece of a technique in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. And the point is this: we're either getting better, we're improving ourselves, or we're getting worse, we're declining. We're definitely not staying the same. So whether you're at home by yourself and don't have someone to train with at the moment, you can do these exercises to keep the body moving, keep it healthy, teach the muscle memory, the mechanics of jiu-jitsu techniques you need to know. Even if you've never even done jiu-jitsu before, these are exercises you can do, even if you're not a current student. These are just great things to stay healthy and keep yourself moving and be active. But also you can use them once you do get back to your academy to use them as a warm-up before you actually train for the day. So we use these a lot of times in our master cycle class, our advanced class. We'll go through these different warm-ups and stuff. And I'm just going to demonstrate several of them for you here so you can, again, use them at home and increase the reps, increase the intensity if you want. But I just want to demonstrate how they work so you're doing them correctly based on how I learned them from Rickson Gracie over the years. Okay, so the first one is going to be just starting with the shoulders. We want to loosen up our shoulders. And instead of just moving our arms around, you're going to make big circles all the way around. As you make the circle, you want your thumb to point in the direction of the circle itself. So right now my thumb is going up and around and then comes down towards the floor. So I'm rotating. So I'm not just getting loosened up in my shoulder, I'm actually rotating the whole joint, okay, here. So big circles forward, all the way around. And then we'll do the same thing with our arms going backwards, again with our thumbs pointing the direction of the circle itself. Big circles all the way around. Here. Now bring our hands out in front. We're going to bring one arm back and then the other arm back. One arm, other arm, back and forth, stretching out our pecs. Okay, looking over our shoulder behind us, going here. Great, now we're gonna put our fists underneath our chin, and the idea here is we're gonna work our head back and forth, warming up our neck. But you wanna give a little resistance with your chin and your neck, and we're gonna kind of fight it here, back and forth. And the idea here is to work just your neck, not your body. Don't bend your waist. It's just your neck, warming up the back of your neck. Now we take our hands behind our head, and we're going to work our head back and forth again with some resistance, warming up the back of our neck. This way. Last one was the front of our neck. This is the back. Great. Now from right here, we're going to put our hand to the side. We're going to work our head up and down this way, side to side. All right? A little resistance. Great. Same thing on the other side. A little resistance here. Great. Now take your chin, bring it down to your chest. You're going to make a big circle all the way around, then come back down. Then we go this way. All the way around, big circles. All the way around. Great. Okay, now hands. We're going to go open and close, working our grips, working our forearms. Okay, warming up the fingers, the hands, the forearms, right here. Now we're going to twist, rotate as you squeeze. Okay, rotate. Just like this. All right, now from right here, we're gonna put our hands on our hips. You can take your hips and go left and right. The idea here is move just the hips. Keep your knees flexed, hips left and right. Your hips should go out past the side of your foot. So they extend past the blade of your foot right here. Okay, the idea is pretend you have a glass of water on your head. So you don't wanna spill the water. So try not to move your head side to side like this. Try to move just your hips left and right. Here, keep it smooth. Now we're going to go forward and backwards. When we go forward and backwards, forget the glass of water for a minute because you will move your head. But the idea is to, when you bring your hips forward, engage your neck. Okay, so a side view, hips and neck, hips and neck. This is going to be for hip throws when you go back, lifting the person when you come from the front, and then using your neck to engage as a headlock defense. Okay, here. So the idea is when you work your hips forward and backwards, you're going to work your hips and neck, hips and neck. Hips back, hips forward. Okay, now feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. You're gonna work your hips in a circle all the way around. Put that glass of water back on your head. Don't let it spill. and make those hips nice and smooth all the way around. Great. Now we'll go the other direction. All the way around. Great. Now we're going to take our hip, we're going to go 45 with just this hip. Left hip at this 45, right hip at this 45. We're not using both hips. We're just going to do one, then the other. It's a hip throw counter is what this is. But you don't want to go hips this way and then hips this way. It's just one hip, other hip. One hip, other hip. That's how that's working, okay? From here, feet together, you're going to work your knees in a circle. Knees in a circle all the way around. One direction. And now we'll switch and go the other direction. All the way around. Great. Okay, now feet about shoulder width apart, hands on your hips. You're just going to rotate and drop your knee down. Rotate, drop your knee. Rotate, drop your knee. Drop. Drop. Touch. Touch your knee. Touch it on the floor. Here. 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 Again, use as many reps as you want to work in there to get a good little workout, or like I said, just as a warm-up. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with the hip rotation, back and forth without touching the knee. Let your arm just swing. Arm starts to swing. The arm's dead. And then what happens, it starts to go a little higher, a little stronger hip rotation, and we're striking right across the face, the head. Okay, so your arm is going to be level with the ear, right about here, fingers together, thumb together, okay, and just striking right across. When you're finished, your hand should end up in your opposite pocket, is where it should pretty much go. I don't force it, it just does it naturally. I just rotate, rotate. So the hips go first, the shoulders second, the elbows third, and the hand is last. Hand is the last thing to go. A lot of power here too. When you're done, you'll feel your fingers feel like they're gonna pop almost. There's some pressure in there from the blood pressure, and you're doing that one right too. Okay? Now, from right here, you're gonna spread your feet out, you're gonna stretch down in the middle. You can go to your knuckles, you can go to your hands. Great. Just go as far as you can, just get a good stretch. Go over to one side. Other side. Great. Now what you're going to do is you're going to squat down here on one side, toes up to the ceiling with your heel on the floor. The essential detail here is to make sure your base foot is flat. So your heel is actually on the floor. Don't be on your toes right here. Okay, and just stretch. Just get down as low as you can anyway. All right, if you're not able to get down as low, it's all right. Then you're going to go to the other side, and same thing. Foot flat, and then your toes up towards the ceiling right there. And just hold yourself in this position, getting a good stretch. Right here. Great. Now from right here, these we want to go back and forth. And if you need to use your hands as you go back and forth, that's fine. Just put your hands on the floor where it's comfortable. But if you can do it without your hands, try to switch back and forth without using the hands at all. So build a little leg strength as well as getting some stretching for that flexibility. Back and forth here. Great. Okay, now from this position, we're going to spread our feet out about shoulder width apart, one hand down. Whichever hand goes down, that corresponding leg goes through. So this leg is going to come through, sit on the floor, and then I'm going to stand right back up. Pick my hand up off the floor. Other hand goes down, other leg. And then stand right back up. The idea is to pick your hand up and make sure you can have no hands on the floor. A lot of people want to put their hand down right now, and it's not wrong, it's just a different exercise. So I don't want your weight on your hands for this one. I want you to come up, pick your hand up off the floor so your weight's on your legs. Now I'll switch. Here, come up, and then switch. Here, and come up. Okay, we do several of those. All right? Now from right here, I'll put one hand down, this leg will come through, and then I'll switch. And I can switch. So it's the other one. It's the second exercise here. Base get-up exercise. Now if you have some room in front of you, or behind you, you can do this, so where you can actually cover some distance and go across the mat, or across the floor. And then of course work your way back. And we're there. Okay, now next one, it's kind of the same idea. You're going to put one hand down, your leg comes through, but you're going to plant it and engage your hips and your neck. You're going to open your hips and your chest, and then come back. Pick your hand up. Other hand goes down. Leg comes through, hips and neck. Here, hips, chest, neck, all of it. Here, just open, open. And you can make them smooth. Another one, same idea. We're gonna add a little bit more. As your leg comes through, open, leave your foot there, other hand down, come through. So the idea is keep your foot on the floor, rotate, so you're on the ball of your foot, hand comes down, leg goes through. Plant, engage your hips and neck, opening your chest, roll on the ball of your foot, hand down, leg through. Engage. Here. 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 Just like that. Great. All right, now, next one, we're just going to squat down. The idea here is feet flat, heels flat. Open your knees. Keep breathing. Always exhale. When we talk about breathing, your body already knows how to breathe in. We want to teach you how to breathe out. It's a whole other conversation, but teach your body to exhale. Or remind your body to exhale, I should say. Open those knees, push them open. Okay, from here, we're going to touch one knee, other knee. Touch, 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 touch. Now we're going to lay our knees to the side. Just bring your chest down to your knee. Bring your elbow past your knee and twist. Stretch down deeper. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Lay your knees over, bring your chest down. Now your elbow past your knee and twist and get down deeper. Great. From right here, the idea is we want to roll back, and then we're going to stand up. Go to your feet and stand right up. Back, up onto your feet, stand. Drive through your heels. So here we want to drive right through our heels. What we don't want to do is you don't want to roll back, go up to here, and then lean and lift your hips first, and then your head. You want to drive straight up through your shoulders. So the idea is to go here, up, and drive straight up. Straight through the heels. Back, straight up. As you go back, you can put a little gentle stretch on your neck and then come up. Here. Don't go back too far to hurt your neck, but just work them back. Great. Now from right here, okay, we're just going to rock up. Same thing. We rock up, and now we're going to stand in base. Then we put our hand down, switch, other side, and we stand up. Okay, so the idea is, as we fall down, we cross our ankles, lift, leg back. Hand down, switch. Roll back, same thing. Then we're up. Roll back, then we're up. Hand down, reverse. Now the next one, both hands down, and hop back a little bit more, get a little more distance. Hands down, and then switch. Hop up this side. Hands down, switch. We'll do one more. Here, here. Okay, this next one, the idea here is you're going to rock up, knees on the floor, hips forward. Switch, knees on the floor. Knees on the floor. Knees and hips. Engage those hips forward. Thrust those hips. Now watch this one as you come up. Here, you're going to rotate your hips in, or your feet in, and then switch. Up, windshield wiper, your feet, and sit back. Come up, hips, windshield wiper, and back. So as we come up now, up, windshield wiper, and lay back to the other side. Come up, hips, windshield wiper, come back to the other side. So we'll go here, 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 here. Now we're going to come up, forward this way. The idea is, look, my legs don't rock back. Don't rock back that way. Keep your legs about 6 inches off the floor. Here, and pull yourself up. Pull. Pull. just like that. Okay, this next one, you can do right here is put your elbow on your knee, foot on the floor, hips back. Switch, hips back. Small movements, but I'm pushing with my front foot, my elbow going into the ground through my knee, and I lift my hips slightly to move them back. Same thing here. Back, back. Now we just reverse it, but without putting our elbow here. Imagine you're grabbing something and pulling yourself in. Pull, 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 pull. Trying to get yourself in close. Great. From here, we're going to take our hips, lift our hips up and out. Up and out. The idea is when you bring your legs out, don't sit up. Don't let yourself rock up. Okay, keep your back on the floor the whole time. Lifting just your hips, legs out. Now this one we're going to do the same thing. You're going to lift up. We usually do about 20 of those, just to give you an idea of how many reps you want to do. Now this next one we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add a triangle in. So as we lift up and go out, watch. I lock a triangle and then unlock it. Lock it, unlock it. The trick is to lock it and unlock it while you're up. Lock, unlock. Lock, unlock. So do about 10, 15 of those as well. Okay? From here, cross your legs, guard position. Don't let your legs go up and down if you can help it, just keep them up. Right angle with the legs. The idea is to sit up, cross your wrists, and bring your elbows to the floor. Legs don't move, but your shoulders come up. So we're going to come up and down. Up, up. About 25 of these. Or as many as you can do. If you're able to do 25, just do a set of 10 would be great. Okay, from here, Kimura sit-ups. Do a lot of core work. Here, what you're going to do now is you're going to sit up, reach over the opposite knee. Up and over the opposite knee. Up and over. The idea of these is you stay on your elbow as you reach over the opposite knee. So you kind of cheat a little bit, if you will. Then you're going to come up, other side. Up, other side. Up, other side. The idea is you want your explosion to be on the up part. Relax as you go down. But as you go up, explode. Explode. Explode up. Because that's where your sweep is going to be. And that's where arm locks are going to happen from that point. So you want to get up and get a hold of the arm or do a sweep. Those of you that do Jiu-Jitsu, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't already train, as you come up, just leave your elbow on the floor and reach over the opposite knee. And this will make sense when you actually learn the move. Your body will be used to doing it. All right, from right here, hands are going to be behind your head. We're just going to work our feet in a circle. Okay, working them around. One's going clockwise, one's going counterclockwise. I'm just working my legs in a circle. So I'm here. Now we go the other way. Other way. All right, from right here, keeping your feet up, you can take your hips and keep your hands on the floor. You're going to move your hips from right to left. Nothing in the middle. Right, left, right, left. And we're going to do a 3 count. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. We usually go to about 30, but we can just do 10, just to kind of get an idea of how this works. Okay, so we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, and 10. There we go. All right, from right here, what you want to do is you want to bridge your hips up as high as you can. Keep your head off the floor. Don't put your head on the floor. It's not a neck bridge. Just bridging the hips. Lift them up. Lift. Squeeze those glutes at the top, all the way up. Now what you can do is pinch your knees and lift. Pinch and lift. So we'll be here. Pinch, lift. Pinch and lift. Now from right here, what we're going to do is you're going to bridge your hips all the way up. When you get to the top, you're going to bridge over your shoulder, reaching for the mat. Then you come down. Then you're going to bridge and reach for the other side. So we're bridging our hip. It's called the upa, all the way across, all the way up and across, over the shoulder, up and over. Great. Now from right here, what you're going to do is you're going to put one leg bent, one leg straight. So here's your bent leg, straight leg. Turn your straight leg side, okay, down towards the side here. And using your bent leg, you're going to push your hips back. Pivoting on your shoulder stays right where it is. Okay, so it's the shrimp drill. I'm just posting my foot, lifting my hips slightly, my hands are gonna reach for my toes. They call this a shrimp because your body's in a shrimp position right now. Okay, in a shrimp position. Then we come back, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Bend this leg, turn towards the straight leg, and push just the hips back. Most common mistake on this is people want to drive through their shoulder and try to move their whole body north. And the idea is you want to make sure that you turn on your side and you can just move just your hips back, my shoulder stays there. Then I would straighten up my body and do the other side. But since you don't have a whole lot of room, okay, you can just stay in one spot. Push with the top leg, come back. Top leg, come back. So 1, 2, 2. Go all the way to 10. You can do 10 reps of that. Okay, then you can try it with both legs. Push with both legs back. Both legs. Both, push. So I'm pushing with both feet. So the idea here is I'm using both feet on the floor to move my hips. Both feet to move my hips. Lift those hips up and slide them out. Okay? Now, the next one you can do is same thing, but use your bottom leg to push. So from here, I push with my bottom leg out. So this top leg is just dead and hangs in the air. Then I come back. Now I push with my other side. Bottom leg does the pushing. Bottom leg pushes. Bottom leg pushes. So we have a top leg, a bottom leg, and both legs. Whatever order you want to do those. It's called the shrimp drill right there. Great. Okay. Now from that position right here, what we can do is we call it 4-point base. Put both hands, both feet on the floor, lift your butt up. Make sure you have good base right here, like a little spider. The idea here is to lift up opposite corners. Okay, so we're gonna lift up one foot and one hand. Okay, we lift up the other foot and the other hand. So this side. The idea is I lift up opposite corners. I put my foot where my hand was, my hand where my foot was. So it's kind of like Jiu-Jitsu twister. I come up, hand and foot. Now I pick up these opposite sides. This one comes through, and I put my hand here. Opposite corners. So I have 4 points. And I'm right back where I started. Okay, so again, I'm gonna pick up opposite corners. I can push this knee, and I can pull the other one. Push and pull. And eventually when you can do that without having to touch your leg, you just go all the way around. Then we go the other direction. Four-point base right there, okay? Great. Next one is the alligator push-up. The idea here is you're starting in this position right here, and you're gonna walk with one hand and the other foot. So you can have one hand and foot far apart, other hand and foot close together, okay? And then we switch. Here, here. Since you don't have a lot of room at home to do these, instead of just walking across the mat, you can almost do them as an explosive push-up if you have the strength to do that. And how that would work is basically I'm here and I'm just going to push it up in the air and switch. Here, switch, and switch. And you can do several reps of those. Again, if you can just walk across the mat, just walking to build that coordination too. It's just going to be here, you do a push-up. Here, push-up. Here, push-up. But if you can do them explosively in place, that works great as well, okay? And next one, hips down, very important for Jiu-Jitsu because we spend a lot of time in Jiu-Jitsu using the guard or being balled up and our spine is curved this way. So an important stretch is the lizard stretch, bring your hips down. So the idea here is I'm here, hips are down, I'm looking up, trying to let my hips sag in the middle. Right here, looking up. Now I'm going to twist, bring one hip to the floor. Now I twist, bring my other hip to the floor. Back in the middle, look up. Now I'm going to sit on my knees, stretch back, stretch my shoulders. Sit down low into your feet, right here. Great. All right, guys, that was awesome. It's a good little warm-up. Like I said, you can use them as a warm-up, but by no means is that all the exercises. There's plenty of them out there. And that was to kind of give you a good handful of something you can do reasonably at home. Doesn't take a whole lot of space. And like I said, you can use it as a warm-up before class, or you can use it as a full-fledged workout. I've actually done all those exercises and stretched out into almost a 2-hour workout. And it's pretty brutal if you want to put some intensity into it, and obviously be disciplined enough to be able to make yourself push a little harder, do 1 extra rep, that type of thing. But just going through 3 to 5 reps of each exercise is great for a warm-up. And you can run through all those in less than 10 minutes if you just kind of buzz through them and just kind of get the body moving. But remember, mobility is life, right? The whole point is you want to run if you can. Try to run. If you can't run, you at least want to walk. If you can't walk, you want to crawl. If you can't crawl, then just move. As long as you're moving, you're going to extend your life, you're going to extend your health, and it's just great for everything and everyone around you. You know, one of the best things you can do for your family is to take care of yourself. Because if you keep yourself healthy, you eat healthy, you work out regularly, you train your mind. Fortunately, Jiu-Jitsu does all of these things. But as long as you do those things, you know, eat healthy, work out and exercise, and develop your mind and keep your mind active, it's the best thing you can do for your family because you're there for your family. You're really there. And somebody's got to take care of you eventually. You might as well be you and not have to depend on your family for that, for at least as long as possible. So I hope these exercises work well for you. I can't wait to see everybody out there on the mats in person here real soon. But in the meantime, have fun, keep training, and look us up at gracielouisville.com is our website. If you want to shoot me an email, gracielouisville@gmail.com. And of course, man, you want to check out the plethora of Jiu-Jitsu videos, the amazing source of Jiu-Jitsu information out there. Go to gracieuniversity.com. And there's so much stuff on there that's free right now just for the general public. Of course, all Gracie Louisville members, you have access to all the programs that we're offering as far as combatives, and we have Women Empowered and Bully Proof for the kids, and Master Cycle for the advanced students. We're going to be doing some seminars here in the next couple of weeks as well, online to be able to log into. It's amazing. So get to gracieuniversity.com and check that out, and hopefully we'll see you guys real soon. Stay healthy and wash your hands.